Hey everybody, this is episode 7 of Putting You in Your Place with Scott Bunn. Today I got Miss Betty and Tiffany from the Animal Hope Alliance here. We're going to talk about animal adoption, and we're going to talk about fostering and having your pet spayed or neutered. We're going to cover all that. We're going to tell you how to get involved with them. If you've got time or money you'd like to donate, they would certainly appreciate that. So we're going to jump into it here, and we hope you enjoy the show. This is Betty and Tiffany from the Animal Hope Alliance, and we want to talk to them about what they've got going on today, what their needs are, and how we can help. And so, Betty, just tell us a little bit about who you are, and what you need from the community. What the Animal Hope Alliance is trying to do. What can the community do to help this organization? Spread the word and actually get people to help with what your needs are, type thing. You want to go into detail about that?
Well, our needs would be the obvious things, manpower and money.
Yeah.
Probably. And we are all-encompassing organization that has mostly dealt with cats. It's been important over the years because only in the last 2 years has our county dealt with cats.
Right.
When they got the new shelter, they began to take some cats, but before that we were it for cats pretty much, and we just need people who are interested. We need people to adopt kitties. We need foster homes.
What kind of the financing part of this whole thing is probably really important. I would say that people contributing time and money to your cause is what you need, right? So how can we help you do that? What do you need from us to be able to push?
A big thing is we have Petco too, and PetSmart, and you take volunteers to scoop litter boxes and clean cages every single day, twice a day, right?
Once a day at Petco, twice at PetSmart. But PetSmart's kind of taken care of by the Floyd County people.
Okay.
But Petco
Petco, we need people to clean the litter boxes and cages.
Yeah.
And
we'd like to go to twice a day.
We would love to go to twice a day.
Yeah.
And just have people come there and spend time with us.
How can they get in contact with you if they do want to help, if they do want to donate? How can they get in touch with you? Like where do we put them? I mean, we got your Facebook page up here. We have your website. Do they go there and just send you a message?
Well, they can. Everybody has my phone number. My phone number is posted at Petco if somebody wanted to adopt or volunteer there.
Gotcha.
And adoptions, well, not adoptions, but donations on the website. We put the PayPal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so PayPal.
Yeah, and I've seen that going around asking for donations through the Facebook, Yeah. So that's I think that we just share that as much as we possibly can, get the word out for people to donate that way. We want to try to help people understand why this is important. So really, like, what is the impact on the community? Why should they care? Why you told me why they should care. Like, run those stats off of like what one cat can contribute to.
And those statistics, right? One cat per year or one cat.
Well, if you believe those little calculations, it's like 3 million, but obviously that's not true because we'd be overrun. Yeah. But it's significant.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're saying here is that one cat in its lifetime can contribute, in its whole lineage in its lifetime could actually produce 400,000 cats.
That's what they say.
Something crazy.
Yeah, I think what's more important to say that if you're feeding a cat and it has kittens and you do nothing, in a year or two you'll have 30 or 40 cats.
Right. And that's just unreasonable to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cost of getting a cat spayed or neutered is what? How much does that actually cost?
If you have a Montgomery County address and if you let them take the tip off the left ear of the cat, it's only $15, and that includes the rabies shot.
Gotcha. And what does the tip off the ear mean or signify?
It just tells animal control or anybody that knows that that cat's been fixed and probably had shots.
So that's just a clear sign for the people that would have to come and handle that animal if it ever got out and they had to come, be involved with it somehow.
Well, it's sort of like a dog having on a collar.
Gotcha.
It's an indication that somebody has cared about the cat and that the cat's had, well, mainly that the cat's been fixed. And that's important when you have large groups and you don't know the cats individually.
Yeah.
You're trying to do a whole group. That's how you know. If you catch one that's ear is tipped, you just turn it loose out of your trap.
Well, in Montgomery County, there's not a law stating that you can't have outside cats. Like up in where I live, up in Giles, we're not allowed to have outside roaming cats, like free roaming cats. But in Montgomery County, you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
then the ear tip signal.
So what does that mean as far as free roaming cat? Like if you put the cat out at night and there's no fence around or anything like that, like they can come and get the cat?
No, they can't. So it's fine. So with this, it helps because there's so many colonies around Montgomery County that we know this cat's ear tipped, it's spayed or neutered.
Gotcha.
So we're not picking up double cats because I've taken them to go get spayed and neutered and they're like, well, this cat's spayed already.
Yeah. Would animal control involve you guys on like a cat that they've gotten or an animal that they've gotten? Would they contact you to try to, let you guys try to find another home for the animal, or how do you work with animal control to to help get these animals back into a home?
It depends on which county you're talking about. Our animal control will contact us occasionally if they get a cat that's unadoptable, if it has bitten somebody and they're afraid of the liability of putting it up for adoption.
Yeah.
We'll sometimes find it a barn home where it can be away from people for them, because legally I don't believe they can really take a cat and turn it loose at a barn, but we have permission and are able to do that for them. But we don't have to do too much with our Montgomery County Animal Control, but Giles is a different matter because they're a kill shelter, and occasionally we'll take them out and find them homes because they don't seem to find very many homes on their own.
Right.
Over there, occasionally somebody will come in and take one, but not very often.
Right.
They don't have a lot of traffic up in Giles. I've never been to the shelter up there.
Gotcha.
But because of us, they haven't had to euthanize healthy cats in 4 or 5 years.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Well, I feel like I want to do something to help the cause. I want to make more of an impact than just this interview. This Tiffany, obviously, Tiffany works with me and she's expressed that she's passionate about this. So, I want to support you in that. So maybe we could do something on like the back of the moving truck. Put something on the back of the moving truck that would heighten awareness of, come and adopt, spay or neuter. Like, let's figure out what the cost of that wrap would be. I'll pay the cost of it, and I'll help spread the word there. That'll be my contribution. And then I'll just try to help you guys raise some money. Tell me about the shortfall that you have with the finances every year. Like, what does it take to run this operation? And like, what do you need from the donors? Like what would make this thing a break-even thing? Because I know a lot of the people that are already involved. Tiffany was telling me just a few minutes ago she spent $3,000 on just litter, cat litter. Coming out of her pocket. That's an amazing thing for you to do something like that. But we need other people to take action on the finances of everything that you guys need. So tell us about that. Like, what could what ideally could you raise every year just to make this thing a break even? So what the donations that you're looking for, like how much do you really need?
Well, what we are able to do depends on how much we have, so it's adjustable to some extent. Whether we help someone with an expensive vet bill is optional to us, but those are the kind of things that sometimes I just do. Would $10,000 donation, like if you collected $10,000 in a year, would that even be a drop in the bucket? That would be a drop in the bucket, but it would only be a drop in the bucket.
Right.
That would about replace what we're losing this year because we don't have our football concession stand this year. Our
Gotcha.
fellow who ran that has had health problems, and
So you need to make up a $10,000 shortfall.
that's about what the concession stand brought in.
Okay.
And that really helped on the Mountain View Spay Neuter Clinic bill, help us pay for our adoptable kitties and more for other people and unowned cats.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I want to have an impact on that $10,000 shortfall. I want to try to figure out a way to get the public to come through with that amount of money, since that would make up for your concession stand loss. And
Two easy things are if they would register their Kroger card to give
And
us the
Amazon.
small percent, and we're also on smile.amazon.
okay, tell me about that. I don't know anything about that. So when you register your Kroger card, does that just automatically, or do you click on something there to like donate something to you guys, or how does that work?
Well, you go online, and I believe there's a list of charities that are registered with Kroger, and you just choose the one you want,
Okay.
a small percent. And right now, we probably get about $50 to $70 a quarter, but we only have, I think, a handful, maybe less than 10 people doing it.
That's interesting. I think spreading that word that if you go to Kroger and register your Kroger card and pick the Animal Hope Alliance as somebody you want money filtered to, that would be good.
Because we have a small number of people, but that's a measurable amount of money. Think
Sure.
if we had 10 times or 100 times that many people.
Yeah, and there's plenty of people here. I just don't think that there's awareness around your group. If there was more awareness around the group, I think there would be more engagement. I think people would help support this at a large level if they just knew about it. So that's really why I wanted to bring you in.
We're just a little grassroots group that split off from the Humane Society of Montgomery County about 12 years ago, and we've always been so busy, we've never really promoted ourselves or spent much time raising money.
Yeah.
We don't have a mailing list, which, like I was telling you, I was the treasurer of the Humane Society for 15 years, and it has a mailing list of over 1,000 people, and we put out these appeals and generate $10,000 a mailing.
I think everything you're learning here with Follow Up Boss and all the tools that we're doing as far as the market, we're a marketing company. I think everything you're learning here, you could then help transfer that to this group and be able to target, run ads, get donations. I think you being here would help this group. So we rip off and duplicate everything that we do here. I think you should do that with this group and help them in a way that they've never been helped before. So, definitely try to figure out, because you need a CRM, you need a contact list, you need somebody, you need to have somebody that can call people, within this organization. Somebody needs to be on the phone, just like I'm on the phones for the expired listings. They need to be on the phones for these donations. So we could definitely partner, and my company can give this organization ideas on how to get awareness around your thing, and I think it could make a huge impact. So
my time at the Humane Society predated social media also.
Right.
So things would be quite a bit different.
yeah. So I think we need to do that. My involvement here with this organization is just making them aware of how to actually get to the people, get people aware of the situation, and then you guys take it, and use it however you need to use it. You're learning everything that I'm learning, that I've learned, and you can take it to this organization and make a huge impact. So I'm excited to be involved. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge animal person. But Tiffany's made me more aware of why I should be, and I want to support her. So I'm excited to be involved. With the limited time that I do have, to give you guys some of my strategies around how I've done my business. I think could be of major value to you. So to figure out what the cost is to get a wrap done on the back of the truck, and we'll try to have that done. And then I'm going to try to help push people to help donate, give time, everything like that.
With Christmas coming up and the Amazon doing what it's doing for the Amazon Smiles, if they go on there and register their Amazon account to donate to the nonprofit Animal Hope Alliance, every Christmas present that they order, a percentage of that will go to Animal Hope Alliance.
Yeah. So we need to give, in this video, when we produce the video, we need to make sure that we have the instructions on how to do that. Okay. So figure out the instructions. Let's get that, a part of, where they can like click on the link and they can go to it or something like that. Okay. Let's make sure that we do that and that we push this as hard as we can push it in the next 3 months, 2.5 months, so we can help you guys make up that $10,000 short you're missing from the concession stand at Virginia Tech. And I'll make them aware. I want to put something in front of like the guy at the foundation, that oversees the Virginia Tech Foundation, and see if they'll do anything. See if they've got any opportunity to donate to you guys.
Well, and I think, aren't you working with the Virginia Tech, some of the students, about volunteering now?
Well, they were the students that volunteered for the concession stand, and they have their own little auxiliary organization. But I think when we lost Sam, our adult, I think that kind of fell apart.
Right.
I'm not sure, but
well, that is a bummer. So we're gonna do everything we can to help you make that up. Just because it sounds like it's really expensive. It sounds like it's really time-consuming and financially straining to the people involved that actually care, and that you guys need some support. Would that be fair to say? That you need?
It would be nice.
Yeah.
But see, we have two kinds of contacts. We have the people we help that typically don't have any money. Mm-hmm. So they're not the greatest. They don't have transportation, they don't have money, and they all have bad backs, I think. But then we have the people who adopt from us that are some people who might give us kittens that are very grateful for what we've done.
Yeah.
And aren't especially strapped. They just needed help. They didn't know what to do with the animal.
Yeah.
Or they wanted an animal that they now love.
Right.
And we've got all of that information on adoption contracts.
And I could come over one day with a computer and put all those in a database and do a mailer. I mean, we have the mass mailing system with the gun shows that I used to work with. I mean, they have the little postcard things that they run through. And
well, we have it all organized pretty well. The most recent stuff, maybe not yet, but we have notebooks. So like Cats Out 2017 all the way back to 2007 and 2018 with the contracts and the addresses and the medical records all in chronological order. So you just need a notebook of whatever time period you wanted to work on.
I think you've got a great little Facebook page here, and if you had a website, I mean, you have the website. If you had the system behind this to organize it all, and to get people like you see these, I think this is what you're talking about right here, right?
Yes.
So when you include a link on here and somebody clicks on it, the way that it works for my company, when somebody clicks on a link, they go to a landing page and they have a register button that they click to kind of get deeper into the content, and then we get an email list just generated off that. So then we can blast their emails, we can retarget them on Facebook, we can do different things that make sure that they never forget about what we are offering. So I think your organization clearly needs that, and I think that would be helpful if you had any kind of budget to run a sponsored ad, which is very minimal cost, to get people more aware. It would return 10 times the money, 100 times the money probably.
Because we have fun stuff to offer.
Yeah.
Success stories and animals in nice homes now.
Yeah. I've got a couple clients. This is a client of mine.
Cute pictures.
April Seagraves, she's a client of mine. So she's obviously experienced some great stuff.
2 years ago.
Yeah. So she's totally happy, and you just can't believe that somebody would give a cat like that away, or not want it.
Mm-hmm. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, she loves her.
Yeah. She looks feisty. That's for sure.
So most of what we do is good and fun, really.
Yeah. It's a great cause. I mean, from what I can tell, you have a lot of passionate people that are involved, and they're willing to give their money. They're willing to give their time everybody involved just seems to have a real passion for what you're doing.
Animal groups are famous for blow-ups and fighting because people are passionate, but we don't really have that.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's awesome. Well, what else can we tell the people? What else you have that we need to make sure that they know about, other than, the Saturdays at PetSmart, be conscious of having them spayed or neutered. What else can we tell them?
The Petco cleaning litter boxes, cages.
So we need warm bodies to go there and do that work.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then to get in touch with you guys, you got the Animal Hope Alliance on Facebook. You got the website, the animal/hope/alliance.com. You're purely nonprofit. And then what else? Is there anything else?
So we need people to adopt.
Yeah.
We need barn homes. Anybody with a farm that wants an outside cat, like I have 2 cats right now. One actually belongs to Kelly, the real estate agent.
Yeah.
She needs a home, and then I have other people, and we're all the time needing barn homes for unadoptable cats too.
Gotcha.
And we need foster homes for kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's a fun job.
Yeah.
It is, and it's good for the kids. I mean, my kids have learned a lot about cats and stuff,
Right.
and they know all the different colors, what they're called, and so.
So that's pretty cool. It could be a family event type thing.
And you always have kittens. If you adopt a kitten, it grows up. But if you foster for us, you get kittens after kittens after
Right.
kittens. And
So the foster is probably the number one thing you need, right?
Yes.
The temporary.
it's very good for the animals. And you can provide what's needed, or we can provide it depending on your situation
Gotcha.
as far as food and litter
And the cats' personalities. Every foster home that these cats go to. I mean, say we have 5 litters. Some of them stay at Betty's house and some all go to different foster homes. Well, not all foster homes have other cats. Not all foster homes have dogs. Maybe they have a little tiny dog and the other foster home has big dogs. Well, if somebody comes in there and says, well, I have a German Shepherd and my cat just passed away of like 15 years and my German Shepherd's missing its cat companion. Well, Betty's probably going to turn to me, or does Katie still foster for you that has a big pit bull?
Yeah.
And there's this girl, Katie, that has a big pit bull, and this pit bull loves cats. Like, she shares pictures, and the cats are all, like, cuddled up with the pit bull, kissing on her. And I think Bobo's his name.
Uh-huh.
And it's just amazing that what all different cats come out of all these different foster homes.
Right.
And, I mean, my home, I have 4 kids and 4 dogs, and I have other cats. The cats that come out of my home, like Wally, for instance, that's up on the screen here, he loves dogs.
Right.
I mean, he lays on his back and lets the dogs, like, wallering. Not all cats are going to be like that.
Right.
So.
Some cats are definitely afraid of children, but cats that are in a foster home with children tend to be more laid back and go with the flow.
Interesting. Well, that's very cool. I am excited to see what we can do to help. I want to definitely be of value to you guys as far as strategy goes to get awareness around what you're trying to do. So I definitely plan on doing that, and we'll just stay in touch with you, and make sure that you don't, the moving truck thing's handled, and you get a little say on how it looks and everything like that, and just pushing for donations and people's times, and a couple of Saturdays. I'll even come out and I'll spend a few hours. I just kind of jumped in and got what we needed the other day, but I'll give you a little bit more time.
Live videos from you would help.
Yeah.
Even if you'd get some directionals printed for them that says adoption event this Saturday, would you be willing to put them out at the curve there, like right there at the entrance by Olive Garden and Panera?
Yeah.
That says adoption event.
As long as they're okay to put there. You know what I mean? Like, we'll stick them there, but if they disappear, then we know.
Yeah, well, we could put, like, hashtag the Scott Bunn division.
We don't even need, like, honestly, we can keep the real estate thing off of it. Just, it's all about you guys. It's all about, awareness. It doesn't have to plug me on this. Me doing the things that I plan to do will inherently just bring awareness around what we're trying to do. And so no big deal there. Did you have any questions?
Yeah. I'm currently living in Bradford, and we're kind of known for our stray cats around the area. So, what would you suggest to just an everyday person? What would the best course of action be if you see a bunch of cats that you do believe to be either feral or just wild at the moment?
If you see a group like that, you can be pretty sure they have a food source. And if you could determine who the food source is, you might approach them about, are the cats neutered? Because there's really no place for a group of cats like that to go. The best thing you can possibly do is just have them be fixed. That'll help their health, and it'll keep kittens from being born. But if you pay attention to the cats and you never see any kittens year-round, that might be a sign that it's a managed colony, and maybe they're already fixed. But you can also look at their ears, and in most cases, if they have ear tips, then you'll know for sure. And basically, you don't need to worry about them, because if they look healthy and they seem to be doing their own thing, they're probably just fine.
Would you so you wouldn't recommend any calls to animal control or anything like that? If they're just like out and they look distressed and they don't look like
Yeah, sick cats or something, you could call animal control. Radford has a very nice animal control officer, and she has common sense and she doesn't like to go out and pick up feral cats, because then she doesn't know what to do with them. It's hard to have anything to do, so she sort of works with people to help maintain them where they are, because she does not like to bring them in and euthanize them. Radford does have a kill shelter, but she doesn't euthanize too many.
And Mountain View will lend out traps as well. So if you had the funds to spay and neuter this colony, if they're not already, you could go borrow the traps from Mountain View. And is it like a fee you pay to rent them?
No, they might want to hold a check or something, but basically it's free.
So it's like a security deposit in case you don't return their equipment.
Yeah, but that's if you really want to get into it. But you're better able to do that if you're the person feeding them, because you'll have trouble trapping them if they're not hungry. So if somebody down the street's putting out food and you're trying to trap, you can just forget it, because they won't go into a trap with food bait if they've got food in their bellies.
So they're too smart for that, huh?
Yeah. You kind of would need to identify the person who's putting out the food and maybe work with them. Because some people put out food and don't fix them, and then that's when you get an exploding population and a problem.
Very interesting.
Our rule of thumb is you feed them, you fix them. But not everybody does that.
Right.
That's
a good rule.
We haven't always been able to do that, because we haven't always had low-cost spay-neuter clinics. Yeah. That's opened up a whole new world for managing these colonies. In the old days, you'd have to go to the vet and pay $175 a cat. Not too many people can afford to do a big group of cats that way.
Right.
And also, people that are just wanting spay and neuter, I have my other connections with spay and neuter, that like Giles County, Virginia Tech works with a lady out of Giles County that does a lot of spay and neutering too.
Gotcha.
And she's done great working with the vet school.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like, I think last year it was like 300 and some cats out of Giles County that she got done for free for people.
Wow.
Because they need cats for the 3rd and 4th year vet students to work on. And
wow, so they're putting that as part of the curriculum. They've got enough that they can supply almost every student to be able to do that service.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And do more than one. But it's a hard job to do what she's done, because they have a lot of requirements about the vaccinations, and it's sort of tedious.
Right. That's
and
amazing.
Getting people, so like you have to have so many cats per day, and like all of them have to be female. None of them can be pregnant, because the vet students don't want to work on pregnant cats fixing them.
Yeah.
And they have to have that number of cats. So if she leaves that morning for 5 cats and they're expecting 6, they're going to turn away for that whole day.
Wow.
And so she's dealt with that a lot, but she's done amazing.
That's awesome. And who is that?
Her name's Mary Ferris.
Mary Ferris. We definitely shout her out. You know, that's awesome service. What else you got? That was a good one.
Also, how would you spell Ferris?
Farris.
Okay. we can always double check, but I'll just have that. So how would you determine, or us, just, obviously we're not part of the
The lay person, like just the average person.
How would you determine whether or not a shelter is a kill shelter?
Would you just ask them if they are?
Okay,
Matter of public knowledge.
Okay, so they're fairly upfront about it, and it might be on their website, maybe.
Yeah, some shelters, they don't really want to make you feel bad. So when you bring your cat in to turn it over, they're not going to volunteer that because they don't want to see you cry.
Yeah.
But if you ask, although it's sort of a touchy subject, with like one shelter nearby, I was there when somebody came in and asked if they were a kill shelter, and the animal control officer got kind of upset and took it like criticism because she doesn't kill very many, but nonetheless, that's the structure she's forced to operate under.
Yeah.
But our Montgomery County shelters, totally no kill now.
That's awesome.
But I know Pulaski, they have a big need for dog adoptions, and they're upfront about it on their page that, this cat, their dog, has been here a while. And so there's other people, because there's the animal advocates of the New River Valley that this guy Tim runs, and he's really good about trying to get the word out that these dogs need adopted as well. So there's a lot in the New River Valley of people that are animal advocates.
Yeah.
Pulaski County Shelter has been a high kill rate shelter over the years, but it's really gotten better.
Yeah.
And Virginia's way ahead of other states with their animal reporting, because we have a website that we can go to and look up any shelter or organization in the state and see where they're getting their cats. Are they strays or owner surrenders or from another agency or whatever? And then the disposition of them. Did they die in the facility? Were they reclaimed by the owner? Were they adopted? Were they euthanized? And if you look at, and you can go back 8 years, if you look at Pulaski County's numbers, they've come down from just 4 or 5 years ago, they euthanized 800 cats, and this past year it was down to 200.
Awesome.
So 200 is a lot, but that's a dramatic, fast improvement.
Oh, definitely. For sure.
They have some dedicated people who are trying hard to get them out alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim does absolute wonders for cats and dogs.
Awesome.
And I do have one more. So, if there were to be a number that you would put on a goal, earlier we were saying 10,000 because obviously that was comparable to what was being given or claimed by the Virginia Tech booth. If you were able to put a number on it, what would the goal be as far as funds, basically within a year, donated, if possible, if any possible?
What are the donations needed for the year? I mean, really, what do you guys need? I know you said it's a sliding scale because if you get more, you can do more. But to run in the black, to run where your volunteers aren't just the only ones feeding this thing. What do you need from outside sources?
100,000 would be a good start.
Yeah.
Probably.
Understood.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
That is a reasonable number with the amount of population we have just in Montgomery County. If everybody donates $1, they get to 100. They get to 100,000. If everybody that's a member of Montgomery County donates $1, you get your donations. So we can try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and people have to realize also these cats that come into our care, we're not getting the healthy kittens usually. We're getting the sick ones.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of viruses and stuff that these cats get. We're not just paying for spay and neuter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you have 5 employees, I mean, that's already probably projected to be $100,000 just for them to come in every day.
You have any dedicated staff that you pay? There's no dedicated staff, are there? There's just people that volunteer, right?
It's all volunteer.
Yeah. So you don't have anybody that's on a payroll of any kind. That'd probably be nice if you had somebody that could get a livable wage that was a part of this organization that helped run this organization. Then you would take this organization to the next level. Yeah. So I think that is something that would be an amazing feat if you could accomplish that. So
another thing that might take us to a new level would be someone to write us a grant or two.
Yeah.
Because we could probably do it, but we don't have time.
Yeah.
We're too busy
Yeah.
scooping litter boxes
Right.
to see the big picture.
Yeah.
I know all of us, anybody that fosters, we work full-time jobs to be
Yeah.
able to, support our family, and then we go home and take care of fosters.
Yeah.
A saying is, and I think it's true, is that animal rescue takes over your life.
It sounds like you give every little bit of free time you have to it.
Yeah.
And it's very commendable.
They say it's like the mafia. Once you're in, you can never get out.
And it's really true, because when I started this, I worked with Mary before I got involved with Animal Hope Alliance, and I knew of Betty through my stepmom that also fosters. And so when I got involved with the cats, it was like everybody would bring cats to my house. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know that they were coming. And
They would just be dropping them off. You just, here, Tiffany, take care of our cat.
So, this week this week and last week, I've gotten 2 kittens. They're both strays. And one actually come off of the bridge in Narrows.
Wow.
They think maybe fell out of the car engine, and that's where Wally come from.
Oh, yeah, okay. This one right here that we're looking
And
at?
he's not even the one I'm talking about. There was this little, it's like this big.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-week-old kitten, they said, was just standing like on the edge of the bridge.
Right. Well, again, I am super grateful for your time. I think what you're doing.
you.
I think what you're doing is amazing. With what I've been told you do to keep this thing running. I think it's amazing what you're doing. So I'm going to help you. I want to help.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
We'll come into the 21st century.
Yeah. Can you believe we're about to turn the page on this decade? This decade is over. Unbelievable.
You remember Y2K?
I do. Everything was about to just destroy itself, right?
Yeah. I had to have a new computer.